Hey everyone, we got the Final Fantasy II banner, and alongside with it came the Spectral Treasure Warden EXT trial quote unquote. For the difficulty, it's harder than it looks, honestly. Now before I show the team, EX levels do not matter here. So let's go. At least to some degree, but you'll see what I mean. So 5 turns or less, 4 party members or less, no continues, sounds easy. This is the team we'll be using. You should have EX plus 3 titles by now. We got 100% of all, shards needed from the, not VIP coins, but EX coins last month or 2 months ago. Squall shouldn't be too hard to EX plus 3. We got enough copies for EX plus 2. You all need just a couple more UOCs for the EX plus 3, so you should have both. But rest assured, if you don't have it, it's going to be fine regardless. You have 5 turns, and I'll show you how to cope with all the things. Now, Bards and Ling, I have them EX plus 3. You don't need them at EX plus 3. EX plus 1 is more than enough. So let's start with Bards' gearing. The team needs, let's say 50% at least to lightning element, because the boss on turn 2 does AoE lightning. We have nobody to cover that, so we have to deal with it to some degree. So Bards. Bards has Obsidian Bracers for the auto break. It's 80% unless, if I'm not totally mistaken. Yep, 80%. At the start of the battle. That's important. Don't be lazy and farm it. It's from Season 4, Chapter 1, I believe, for free. I am using Reclaimed Serenity. I told everybody to get Reclaimed Serenity last Clash season if you don't have it. As you can see, there are more than enough empty slots for you to fill with lightning resistance. So I am currently at 115, Reclaimed Serenity is 60, meaning even the 55% would be totally fine. Vision card, none. Brave Shift, geared pretty much identically. Ling is using a few STMRs her own, for example, Tyrandal, which is Van's STMR from Final Fantasy 12. I feel like that's fine. You can use a dagger instead, because we're using a Dancer Celesta Diadem. That is the passive provoke one. You should get this from Clash, unless you haven't done it and are an entirely new player. Rest assured, you don't need passive provoke. It just makes things easier to funnel everything onto Ling. Nobody on the team is death resistance, so if you are forced to go to turn 3 or above or beyond, the boss does AoE death. You could obviously just immune it through gearing or resist it, because funnily enough, the boss's AoE death can be A resisted or B miraged. I don't know, but 2 out of 2 times on 2 attempt runs, nothing happened. Maybe because I had Mirage. It's kind of a weird thing that the boss's AoE dev does not work on sometimes or at all. But this is the gear for Ling. She has no vision card either, doesn't need to. And yeah, I'm using Cool Beauty here for no apparent reason, honestly. So let's fix that up to Reclaimed Serenity as well. Again, if you don't have Reclaimed Serenity, it's going to be fine. Just use whatever you have for as much lightning resistance as possible. I have 110. If you don't have it, that's fine as well, because Ling is super nice for this. She has Transcendent Performance for 50%, General Mitigation, Magic Mitigation. It's going to be absolutely fine, trust me. Okay, now let's check out the DPSers. The DPSers, they are wearing, as you can see, 5.8k attack. That's nothing, basically. So if you have, for example, Yuna's STMR, if you have Orange, Premium Orange STMR, you can boost this attack value up so much, and you'll basically one-shot the boss, so that's kind of whatever at this point. But yeah, this is the gear of his. Has lots of human and Reaper killer. 275 human, 150 Reaper, 195 LB boost. And I'm using Weapon Specialist. If you don't have it, just use whatever you have. The rest is free. And we're using the Final Fantasy Type 0 card. I just used it because it has 25 LB damage, honestly. If you have better cards, use those. If you have higher attack cards, use this one. use the one that use just the best one. It's just as budget as it gets. It's the trashy numbered Final Fantasy cards that I'm using for this budget guide because I don't want to assume anything other than you having any ridiculous badly card. I could also use the Cactuar card for that matter because it doesn't matter at all. And then there's Squall. He's using pretty much free gear. He's super efficient by the fact that you only need Lionheart plus to instantly cap out everything, basically. That's the gear. He has no STMR. Loved by Generation is Golden Riser. Everybody should have him. It's Ellen Wanderer's most favorite unit, so you should have this as well. And he's using Celeste's card. Okay, let's go. And quickly defeat this fight. Now, if I don't mess up turn 3 on the SLBs, this is going to be a free turn clear. If I do, we'll see, it won't matter all too much. Okay, so let's start this off with Blade of Pursuit. This one adds wind element to bards plus somebody else. So Titus, Squall, and we are also gonna do this Dancer Sword Dance for the 120% Wind Imperil. We're starting off with bards first to hopefully get enough LB crystals on Ling. I'm not quite sure whether this is enough, but it's fine if it's not. Because we need to do Assassin Stance for 150% Human Killer, Medium Stance for 150% Reaper Killer, and Refreshing 12 for 2 Mirage stacks. We were lucky. If you don't have enough LB gauge on this right now, you could just use Titus and Squall to chain without the killers. The difference isn't that high, honestly, between having the killers and not having the killers. So now I have them on a test run. I didn't have the killers and I ended up at 96%. So let's check out the damage difference. Spoiler, it won't be that high. Yeah, the killers made a difference of 2%, so that's whatever. Okay, so what the boss did, he attacked us, he used a curse attack. That curse attack reduced our stats, all stats. Not too much, it's probably just 10%, but we'll deal with this. So Ling shifts back, and she'll triple. With disarming movements, the boss can be broken to all stats, meaning we have that 85% break right now, which is going to be nice. We'll use Transcendent Performance for the magic mitigation and general mitigation for Fandega or Fandara, I'm not quite sure which one it is. And we'll use Celestial Combination Step to unlock SR chaining for Ling and Bards. Bards is going to Brave Shift on this turn. And he is going to triple Blessed Wind Crystal, that's a 45% Wind Amp. And there isn't much else to do for him, so whatever he does, it's fine. We'll drop gain 2 and Courage to Face Adversity. And both Titus and Squall can remove the stat break. So we'll do Ace's ability, you will see why in a second, and Spiral Cut, which removes all these stat imperils. Squall, is going to use Lion's Spirit. That increases ability mods, but most importantly... No, not Lion's Spirit. Lion's Rise, sorry. Lion's Rise removes all of these things, and it's also a full 10 turn, as you can see, resistance buff to all of this, which is very nice. I could use Lion's Spirit, honestly. No, it doesn't do much. I could use it to boost Agile Edge, honestly, but whatever. We'll just use Agile Edge plus. Alright, let's do this. Chain is up. And we are ready for our burst next turn. So here's the damage, as you can see. 50% was enough with Link's buff, so all is good. Gucci, Tamaguchi even. So both Titus as well as Squall will super limit burst on this turn. And both Ling and Bards will Stardust Ray. Now I'm going to go the safe route here and have Titus just hit onto a 85% break boss, because Lion's Squall's SLB is an 87% break. I can't. It's just literally impossible to have Squall go first, have the ESR chainers line up with Titus. It just doesn't work. At least I haven't found a way to deal with this. So what we're gonna do is we'll send in Titus first, and then send in the rest. So Titus, send. And there we go. 3 turns, it's basically done. Now again, if your Squall isn't at EX plus 3 and instead EX plus 2, you could just have everything happen just the way it did just now, and use Squall to Stardust Ray, and Link could then use, for example, Mirage stacks. 2 is enough, and that way you can pretty much negate his death attack. Let's check out the damage, and yeah, it's pretty much basically Squall one-shotting the boss, almost one-shotting. But Squall, on the other hand, he has 300% LB damage, maxed out killers, so that's kind of to be expected, honestly. And yeah, that's a budget guide. Haven't done this in a while. It's still a lot of work, honestly, but there you go. Thank you all for watching. I hope this was helpful. And if you don't have Bards, or if you want a more slot efficient version, you can use Bulwark instead. Bulwark does everything Bards does, but faster. Because Bulwark has Tempest Tempo, which is the Imperil, which is the Imbue, which is also the 45% amp. He's got it all in one ability, whereas Bards needs 2 turns for the same thing. Mermaid Freesia also works, by the way. So that's the team. Thank you all for watching. See ya later.